All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Nickolas, Wildstar, Libertarian candidate for governor. This is my first YouTube live video. What's up, everybody? Hey, thank you for the comments so far. I appreciate you for tuning in. And I just wanted to take this moment to give you an update on the campaign and kind of level with you and let you know what's going on. I don't expect to be politically correct in this conversation, so please, I apologize in advance to anyone out there that may be watching this that may be offended by anything that I say in this video, but I just got to keep it real and be honest, and again, level with the people out there and connect with you and let you know what's really going on. So I want to first talk about a little bit about my campaign and what's going on, since it is the last day of Black history in this country, February 28th. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been involved with the campaign so far and that has supported me. I've gotten many endorsements from a lot of county affiliates for the Libertarian Party, from Stockton to Modesto to San Bernardino. So I just thank you all for your support, as well as all of the people that have donated to my campaign up until now. I definitely could not have done this without you. And I've been able to meet everyone throughout the state simply because of you. My message, these signs, bumper stickers, the Facebook ads, all of the media buys that I've been purchasing, all of that good stuff to help me gain more popularity has definitely been solely because of you. So I cannot thank you enough for all that you've done so far, and I truly appreciate it. I also just paid for my candidate statement fee, which was $2,200, and that will be in the voter's handbook, and that will be printed out and sent out to every voter in the state of California. So I'll definitely become a household name once that hits the print. But first things first, I got to get on the ballot. If we talking about the people stepping up to the plate and actually revolting and taking our government back from the people that have been in control, it's in a desperate point right now where we need to act. And we definitely need to be proactive. Direct action is necessary, whether it be some sort of civil disobedience, and in the case that I'm asking you for, is to get politically involved. I know this seems difficult, I know it seems far-fetched, and I know it seems like a long shot, but you have to believe in me just a little bit, enough for us to be able to proceed a little bit and see what's behind that next door that lies ahead. So what happened, I want to tell you about, was I just did an interview recently with the Citizens Podcast, Citizens Freedom Podcast, that will be dropped out on Friday, so look out for that. And I was asked a particular question in that interview, which was, where do I see the majority of the funding for my campaign coming from? And if I expect people of color to actually be behind me and support my campaign for governor. So I answered this question very frankly, and again, if anyone out there happens to watch the video or hear about it, I again don't mean to offend anyone, but I just gotta be honest. So I'm making this video now to connect with everyone out there and let you know firsthand from the governor's mouth what I meant to say. So first things first, when we talk about campaign funding and politics, who is really funding everything? Who do we know? We have the special interest groups that have hundreds of millions, if not trillions of dollars to just throw away each year on political campaigns. You have super PACs, which have millions of dollars to back candidates, and certain organizations, whether it be union groups or some sort of human rights group or whatever the case may be, they will create a PAC funding to support candidates that will promote their interests. So they have all the money, the majority of them do. And in order for a candidate for me to even become competitive against someone like them, I do need the funding. I don't need as much as they have available to them, but I do need a fraction of the source to be able to reach the audience, the same audience of voters that they want to be able to connect with. And when it comes to these groups and organizations, I've contacted them and I've asked them about potentially backing me and funding my campaign, and the result has either been, or response has either been, they don't back libertarian candidates or any other independent candidate other than the party that they prefer. I spoke with an organization yesterday and informed them of my campaign, and they pretty much informed me that they were choosing not to get involved in funding any candidate until after the June primary. And here in California, we have a top 2 contender state, which means the top 2 candidates that get the majority of the votes in the June primary are the only ones that we all get to choose from in the general election in November. So whether it's a Republican, 2 Republicans, or 2 Democrats to get the majority in June, they again will be the ones that we are forced to choose from in November. And here in California, which is a blue state, it's owned by the Democrats, most likely we'll have 2 Democratic candidates happen here in the state, which would be a first. And that means any libertarian voter, any Republican voter, any independent-minded voter, any no party preference voter will be screwed pretty much and only be forced to choose between those 2. And when I explained this to her, that that's a possibility, she said, oh, we're more than confident that we're going to have 2 Democratic candidates. And this is the response that these organizations are having. They want it to be one-sided. They want it to be preferable to support their ideals and their agenda and create policies that will benefit them. A small group that gets to decide for us all, the whole of us. So there's over 40 million people here in the state of California, only 20 million registered voters, but yet there's about 3 million or so out of those 20 million that actually show up to the polls to vote. So it's sad that this is, again, the outcome and the reality of the matter and what I am facing as a candidate. So what I'm asking is for those people out there, those people that want to fight to get back our country and get back our government to be in the hands of the people and be able to reclaim our liberty to get involved. And this definitely at this point takes financing. In order for me to be able to get onto the ballot and be able to be competitive and give the voters in the state of California a chance to vote Libertarian, I have to pay the nearly $4,000 filing fee to get onto the ballot. I don't have the money myself, or else I definitely would have paid it. But again, if all of the people out there were to give any bit of money that they have available, that would bring me closer to getting that $4,000 than ever before. And any opportunity of me being able to fundraise lays solely in your hands. So I ask you all to please spread the word about my campaign and let everyone know that here in California we have an opportunity to actually get a libertarian on the ballot and be that second candidate to be able to proceed into the general election in November. We have a lot of disgruntled Republican candidates or voters. We have a lot of disgruntled Democratic voters in the state of California, and everyone in between are sick of the two-party system. So we have one of the largest libertarian membership parties in the state of California. So we have about nearly 200,000 registered libertarians in the state of California. So if we can get those people, as well as the 30% plus of the registered voters that are undecided to vote libertarian, as well as those people that would like to see something else, someone new and something different in office for once, then it is imperative that I be able to get onto the ballot. And as great as it's been that I've been able to fund materials such as signs like this and, get my name out there a little bit, until I get onto the ballot, none of this matters. And I get inundated with inquiries, conversations about asking me on different issues and asking me my favorite color and just communicating with me and I guess wanting to get to know me better. But it'll all be for naught again if I don't have an opportunity to compete in the election. I don't want to go on the ballot as a write-in candidate. I did that before in my 2014 run for governor and got about 17 votes. So even if I were to become more popular to where I got 1,700 votes or 17,000, that's still not what's needed in order to actually be competitive. They're the two Democratic candidates that are most likely to proceed to the general election in November will most likely end up having about 500,000 votes between the two of them, if not a little bit more. So I'll need at least 500,000 write-in votes, which definitely will not happen. But if you have my name in print right there on the ballot, then that definitely improves the possibility of me actually being able to garnish 20-30%, which would definitely make me one of the two competitors that end up proceeding to the general election. Now, when it comes to demographics of people who actually have been funding me, I gotta admit it again. These are a small few, and they tend to be white. I mean, when I go to these libertarian groups and social gatherings or any other type of event for that matter, the majority of the people there are a white audience. They're political events. And a lot of people of color are not turned on by politics. We pretty much just see it as being a failed avenue to get the changes that we want. So a lot of people of color do not vote. A lot of people of color do not think that investing in a politician to create that change will actually benefit them in any way, shape, or form. So I have friends, I have family members that I've asked to donate to my campaign, and those who know about my campaign and know that I am in need of funding and have not done what's necessary financially in order to help me. So it's difficult that that does exist, and that happens to just be a condition of the black community that I would love to have an opportunity to overcome as well. I mean, me myself, I don't have the means to fund my campaign, but in my own personal life, I'm giving up those same luxuries that people spend their money on to, reward themselves for their hard work. And that's being able to go on trips and, buy a car or extra shoes or clothes or whatever the case may be. I'm not really materialistic like that, but my wife and I just celebrated our 6-year anniversary, and instead of spending it on the beach somewhere sipping Mai Tais, we spent it traveling throughout the state, driving from Stanislaus County all the way to LA County for an event, which took about 8 hours total. And again, this has been my day-to-day life, my sacrifices that I've been giving up as a candidate, going to bed at 2 in the morning, waking up at 7, doing these Q&A videos, doing endless interviews. I have one this evening. I just did one yesterday. I have one tomorrow at 9 a.m. and having to prepare all of this material myself. I'm sitting around on social media doing Facebook and Twitter while I'm having dinner with my wife. So instead of being attentive to her, I'm being attentive to my constituency that I'm hoping to get me into office and give we the people an opportunity to overcome those restrictions that have held us down this whole time. And they will continue to oppress us every day. I keep seeing articles about people talking about the new law that got passed in one of the LA counties where people can get a ticket for texting on their phone while walking and crossing the street, or people that are homeless, that are sleeping in their cars, are now considered to be criminals. and will be arrested for doing so. And I read a chick's article on Facebook. She wrote about her own experience about how she took out a permit at a park to throw a birthday party for her kid, but was told denied the permit because they were told that the park is not meant for children running around. That's exactly what a park is meant for. And I don't have children myself. My wife and I would love to have an opportunity to settle down and be able to get secure enough where we would want to have children. But again, in the meantime, our focus is on helping the community and getting involved in this political race. So as much as I would love to bank on the black community to back my campaign, most likely that is not going to happen. And since it is the last day of Black History Month, if you do want to be a part of Black history, this would be a great chance and opportunity for you to do so. So I encourage everyone to go to my crowd pack. It's crowdfunding for political candidates. So go to crowd pack and enter in Wildstar and you will find me. So those groups of voters are, contributors that have donated to my campaign, those few white voters or contributors, they are people that are more assertive in wanting to get those policy changes that will benefit us all, that will get rid of the endless taxation without representation. It will get rid of all of these arbitrary laws that are preventing us from having a better society. It'll be a better environment for us to actually be able to benefit and prosper like we hope to, and what the American dream is all built on. I would hate to have to conform and get back to a day-to-day job and give up my pursuits to be a freedom fighter and a political activist, only to get back to, paying or living the mundane life and paying bills and being disgruntled about it as much as everyone else. So please, I encourage you all, no matter what your background may be, no matter what your ethnicity may be, no matter if you're a documented citizen or not, whether you're American or not, born here in this country, or whatever the case may be, this is an opportunity for you to change the world and change this state of oppression that we've been locked into, and free the people once and for all. So please do visit my website. That's wildstar2018.com. That again is WILDSTAR 2018.com. I'll try to add a link here afterwards for those people that are not catching the live feed. But to the people that have been watching, thank you so much. I truly do appreciate all of your support up until now, and hope that I will be able to continue fighting the good fight for all of the people out there. So much love to you all. Peace and blessings, and may the light of God and liberty shine on each and every one of you. Peace.